A few days ago, I got a text message that my trainer was no longer working at the gym. And to be honest, it threw me off more than I expected. And that's why today I want to talk to you about the Kubler-Ross Change Curve. Now, here's what matters. I'm still working out at the same gym, the same place, the same equipment, the same general routine, but one meaningful part of that experience changed for me. Because over the past 6 months, this trainer had become part of my rhythm, a part of my progress, a part of the consistency and the conversation that helped me keep showing up. So when I got the text, I wasn't just responding to a staffing update. I realized I was responding to a disruption. And it was a shock for me. In a state of shock, I was reading the text message and I was saying, wait, what? I didn't expect that. This is coming out of nowhere. Is this real? And I moved from a state of shock to denial. Maybe I misunderstood the message. Maybe this isn't final. And then I moved from denial to a clear sense of frustration. And in frustration, I sent a text message to my trainer. Why did this happen? Why now? This was actually working for me. This can't be true. And I remember laying there on my bed, reading the text message. He confirmed, yes, it's true. And yes, he's no longer with the gym. Then came the dip. And the dip was tough. For me, the dip was a short binge on snacks. Now, there was about a 2-week gap between the text message and when I was actually back in the gym because we were headed out for spring break. And I remember every bag of chips, every candy bar, every cup of a sugary drink was me trying to navigate the dip, because that's what we do sometimes when a change hits us. We reach for comfort before we reach for clarity. And then came this idea of the experiment. So I got to get back into the gym. And I started asking, how do I re-enter this space? What's the new pattern? Did I even want to walk? Did I even want to work with the trainers that were still there? So I made a decision. I'm still here. I'm going to keep going. And I need to learn how to work inside of this changed experience. And eventually, integration. I'm not pretending that nothing has changed, but I'm learning how to move again in a familiar place that now feels different. And that got me to thinking. This happens inside of organizations all the time. It's not always that the whole place changes. Sometimes the company is still the company, the office is still the office, the team is still the team, but one meaningful part of the experience changes. A significant part changes. There's a leader that leaves for whatever reason. Promotion, maybe They don't see eye to eye with the organization anymore. They take an opportunity elsewhere. There's a role shift that happens. There's a restructuring. A trusted relationship is gone. Projects get canceled all the time. Reporting lines change. Things are different now, and people feel that different. It's a tangible difference that people feel. And this is what the curve explains, that people don't go from this sense of shock that comes from a disruption straight to performance or integration, as much as we try to push them to do that. They move change. We all move through change emotionally before we move through it operationally. And this is where we as leaders, or we miss the moment. We try to manage behavior before we make space for processing. We want people to act integrated while they're still somewhere between shock and frustration. And if you misread where someone is on the curve, you'll respond to them in the wrong way. Because if someone is in shock, they might just need a moment or a handful of moments for the reality to land. If someone is in denial, they may be trying to make sense of what changed, and we got to acknowledge that. If someone is in frustration, they might not be giving you attitude. They may just be reacting to the disruption, and you're taking it personally. And if someone is in this dip, boy, that dip can be really tough. What looks like disengagement may actually just be them wrestling with the emotional weight of what has just happened. If someone is in the experiment section of the curve, it could look messy. Messy doesn't necessarily mean that they're failing. It just means they're trying under these new circumstances. And if someone is in the decision phase or the integration phase, this is where you as a leader, when they're in this part of the curve, can really help them define the next normal. The question is not just, how do I get people back on track? The better question is, where are they on the curve? And based on where they are, what do they need from you? What do they need from us as leaders? This is a different kind of leadership. It means naming reality. It means recognizing the emotional dip. It means giving people room to process. It means supporting experiments before demanding full integration. That does not mean, that does not mean lowering standards. It means understanding timing. It means realizing that people cannot perform from a place they have not emotionally reached yet. And honestly, this was true for me. Same gym, same place, but not the same experience because something had changed. And that's why that text message, that's why it hit me the way it did. It disrupted a pattern. It disrupted a relationship connected to my growth. And for a couple of weeks, my internal experience dipped. It dipped before it recovered. And that's very human. And it's okay to be human. And I think as leaders, we need to remember just how human people are when change enters a place that was once so familiar.